Alright, what is going on, guys? It is Benny, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the top 5 best new Mortar decks. Now, honestly, I want to give you guys an amazing start to the season. I want to show you guys everything that you can use and what not to waste your time with. So we're going to be going over the best Mortar decks, especially with the new Evo P.E.K.K.A, which is absolutely absurd, and the new Mega Knight Evo that is coming out pretty soon here. So for our first deck, we are going to be using the Mortarbait version of Mortarbait that uses Skeleton King and Cannon Cart, and this deck is absolutely absurd. This is honestly like probably top 5 strongest Mortar decks of all time in the meta. I think if you were to look at the top 1,000 of players in the last season, then almost all of them would have been using this deck. It is absolutely absurd, and I am running Cannoneer with this deck. That is currently the meta for this, especially with the Evo P.E.K.K.A and the Evo Mega Knight coming out. I think that Cannoneer is going to be a must, or at the very least is going to be very, very helpful for you guys. So with this deck, just try to make sure that you want to use that Skeleton King as much as you can, and remember that it is a champion, so you get that 3-card cycle as you play it. So we're just gonna kind of wait here and see what he's going for, but as soon as I get to 9 elixir, I'm going to start the Skeleton King in the back right here, and then okay, he's good. Wait, I'm not really sure I don't know what's going on here. I don't really know what this guy is doing. That was a bit of an ambitious push, but because we have the Skeleton King going, he will get his ability, so I'm going to go ahead and go for the Evo Mortar here, and then Evo Mortar will lock, and I'm going to pop the Skeleton King ability just and kind of go for it. I feel like even if they have a counter for the Skeleton King ability, it's very hard for them to have a good elixir trade for it, and almost always you can get at least a little bit of chip damage. Like, typically my go-to counter for the Skeleton King ability is going to log it, but you know, even if they go for the log to counter it, it's still a good elixir trade for you, and we're going to get the King Tower pretty low here. So honestly, it's looking like that might be a GG. Let's go ahead and just play the Cannon Cart, see if he gave up, and we can go ahead and get the Miner on the tower, but we are going to get the win there. So if anything is going to show you guys how strong this deck is, that is it, and let's go on into the next deck. Alright guys, for the next deck, we're going to be playing Mortar Miner Poison, and I feel like this deck is going to be very good against the Evo P.E.K.K.A and that type of, that is crazy. That is absolutely absurd. Let's go ahead and just do this here. We got to get back to our bats. This guy is diabolical. I have no words for this guy. Let's go ahead and get some bats here. I'm hoping we don't take too much damage. Hopefully he doesn't have like a zap or something ready for us. Let's go ahead and play the Knight in front on this side. Let's just be annoying, because that was a little annoying what he did. But anyways guys, I feel like this deck is going to be very good against that meta, just because you can bait out their spell using either your Evo Skeletons or your bats, and then when they do that, you can play the other. So they will give you a ton of value when you're defending against those cards, and then the Miner Poison will really help out. This deck was also amazing last season, so it's kind of just a win-win. It's really good against pretty much every single matchup, and you know, we all got to be ready for that Evo P.E.K.K.A and Evo Mega Knight meta that is coming to absolutely destroy everybody, especially those of you that are in mid-ladder, which is very unfortunate. I'm very sorry for anybody that's going to have to deal with over-leveled Mega Knights. That's actually so stupid. I don't know what Supercell was thinking when they did that. Let's go ahead and get the Knight in front here. I'm going to go for an Evo Mortar. I'm going to ignore the Knight on the left side, which is a bit of a risk, but I'm going to ignore it, and then I'm going to go for the Evo Mortar here. He played the Mega Minion, so there's no way that he has enough elixir here. And then, so we will get the lock. I'm not going to defend the Mortar. I'm just going to let that damage kind of ruminate, and we'll leave the Mega Knight to take out the Evo Mortar. So overall, pretty good push here. And I could go for an Evo Skeletons play if I wanted to. I actually, okay, if I go for the Evo Skeletons, then I think he'll use his spell, and then we can safely use our bats to defend against the balloon. So let's go for that. You know, it's kind of just like a simple little push. There's the zap, so now we know that we can use our bats defensively, which is nice. The only problem that I'm in right now here is, okay, he's going to go for the Evo Knight on that side, so I am going to play my Little Prince on this side. I didn't want to start my Little Prince in the back and then get absolutely slammed by something. He's going to go for the balloon there. I'm going to just go ahead and start my Mortar on this side, just to kind of get that going. I don't want him to build up a massive push. Let's go ahead and cycle our bats early here. Let's pop the LP ability as well. There's the Fireball. Let's go ahead and do this. He used his zap. We can go ahead and log, and then I'm just going to pull the balloon using our Mortar again. We can get the Little Prince down as well. Mortar on the left side did take the tower, which is amazing, and then we are back to our bats as well, which is nice. Little Prince should help out there. Let's go ahead and let's just cycle really quick here, and then we just want to get to our Mortar. Hopefully, let's go ahead and play the Mortar. Actually, I don't think that's going to pull the balloon, but I think we'll be okay. The tower should get that balloon down, and then we do have the Evo Mortar lock, so let's go ahead and let's get some Evo Skeletons down and the Miner on the tower as well to keep that pressure up. We'll go for an LP in the pocket just to really get that lock on the tower, and that's going to be a good game. So let's give him a good game. Let's give him a good luck, and let's go on into the next deck. Alright you guys, for the next deck that I will be showing you guys, we're going to be running Mortarbait with Evo Bomber. Now this deck is something that I like to run. I was using this for most of last season, and it was absolutely absurd. The Evo Bomber is just crazy in the meta right now. It also helps out a lot against Drill, so you know, against all those annoying people that just play drill and poison for the entire match, you can get a pretty easy win, or at least an easier win with this deck, because the bomber helps out a ton with the drill. Let's go ahead and just cycle the skeleton barrel here. He is going to play the firecracker. That's actually oh no, I did not mean to play that log there. I meant to play the bomber, so you know, at least it will work out though. We will get the king tower activation, and we had a little bit of a misplay, but that's okay. Now I also wanted to say, guys, I was away for a week, and so I'm sorry for that. I missed you guys so much during that time. Unfortunately, I am moving, so I was just getting, you know, getting a handle on that and getting ready to move and everything with that. So I had to take a little bit of time off from YouTube, but I am back now. Missed you guys more than ever. He is going to get the Hog Rider connection here, but that's okay. Now when you're playing a deck like Hog Rider, especially Hog EQ, one of the biggest things is making sure that you're pressuring both lanes, and you really want to avoid taking a ton of damage. You'll see there he got 2 hog hits, which actually sucks. I'm gonna have to really lock in for the rest of this match, unfortunately, but I think we will be able to do it. But you really just want to try to prevent as much damage as you can, and you want to really rely heavily on that Evo Bomber if you can. So you'll see here, as soon as I'm getting my Evo Bomber, I'll probably be trying to save it for a lineup on like a knight or something, if I can. If I have to use it, it's not a big deal, but every time I can, I'm going to be using my Evo Bomber just to get that damage. And if he goes for those firecrackers, I am going to poison, just get a little bit of chip damage on the tower and get that firecracker lower as well. He's going to go for the Hog Rider there. I'm just going to pull it to the side using the Evo Mortar. We are going to get a shot on tower, which is beautiful, and hopefully his Hog Rider doesn't clutch up here and get a shot. Let's see. Okay, we're good, and we're already making that damage back, which is very nice. Let's go ahead and just cycle the skeleton barrel here. Usually I wouldn't play this guy at skeleton barrel against Dagger Duchess just randomly. I would try to, you know, tie the skeleton barrel into something once the Dagger Duchess is a little bit lower, but in this scenario I'm okay with it. He just logged. I'm going to play my Goblin Gang. I'm hoping that he plays the Knight since the Dagger Duchess is low, but unfortunately we won't get an Evo Bomber lineup here, so I will just cycle my Knight here, and I'm going to be ready for that Evo Firecracker. There it is. Unfortunately, I am going to have to Evo Bomber here and just kind of take that Evo Firecracker out, and then all of this should go down. The Tesla will lock onto the Knight, but we will get a mortar shot out of this, which is amazing. And his Evo Firecracker didn't get very much damage, which I'm very happy about. That was kind of the biggest thing that we did have to worry about. That Evo Firecracker can go crazy. I'm going to play a poison here just to predict the Firecracker. We do catch it, which is really good, and we'll get some chip damage as well. So that is nice. He used his log. Why don't we go ahead and just pressure the opposite lane? Why would he Earthquake? That was a little ambitious. Let's go ahead and mortar on this side. I think he's going to be not necessarily in trouble, but he's going to have to spend quite a bit of elixir to defend this mortar. He is back to the Earthquake, unfortunately, so we are going to not get the damage that we were hoping for there. Let's just cycle a Goblin Gang here, and then I'm actually going to go for a Skeleton Barrel here as well. We do want to watch out for an Evo Firecracker after this one, so we will be ready for that. Skeleton Barrel should get pretty close to the tower. Let's see if we get any damage out of it. He does log. Oh, okay, the Knight is in the back there, so I am going to go for an Evo Bomber lineup here in a second. Let's go ahead and do this. Oh, shoot, I don't think we're going to be able to get it. I think the Evo Bomber would lock on to his Knight if we were to try to do anything, but that's okay. He's going for those high Teslas. I think we need to try to figure out a way to really pressure this guy into making a mistake. He's going to go for the Earthquake there. Let's go for an offensive mortar. There's the Firecracker. She will lock onto the Skeleton Barrel though, and then we can go ahead and play the Knight in front. We are going to get a mortar shot. He has the E-Spirit down. There's the Earthquake, but we should get one shot out of the mortar, I'm hoping. Okay, we don't, but that's okay. Let's go for the Skeleton Barrel. We just need an Evo Bomber lineup and then we'll be good, so I'm not super worried. Okay, let's go ahead and do this, and then I'm going to go for the Evo Bomber lineup now. Let's go ahead. We're going to get at least one onto the tower. If we can get two, that would be beautiful. Okay, and then we can go ahead and play the Little Prince right here. If he goes for the Hog Rider, I probably won't play the high mortar. I'll probably play it low. He's going to cycle the Earthquake again. Let's go ahead and play the Knight right here. There's the log. Let's go ahead and Skeleton Barrel. Let's get a poison down. Let's go ahead and log as well. We do have the 3-card cycle, so I think we could probably outcycle him here. Let's get another Skeleton Barrel here, and then we're just going to need to get the poison there, and then let's log again. I'm not sure if that's enough. I think that will be enough. Let's give him a good game. Really close matchup there, honestly. It probably wouldn't have been as close if we didn't take all that damage at the start, but a really good match. So let's give him a good game and good luck, and let's go on to the next. For our next matchup, we're going to be using a bit of a different version of Classic Mortar. Now, this deck is honestly pretty cool. It's using Evo Valk, and it is also using Little Prince instead of archers and you know, the traditional Knight for the Classic Mortar deck. So it is a ton of fun to use. It's very, very different to what we're usually used to. We're gonna get some really good damage here on the right side already. I'm very happy about that. But yeah, I don't know, it's interesting to see like different versions of Classic Mortar come into the meta. I think that's really cool, and it's really fun because that's been a very, you know, consistent deck in every single season no matter what. So that is pretty cool. Now the one thing with this deck is if you are bad at using Rocket, then it's probably kind of difficult to use. I'm sure you guys have seen me mess up some rockets very, very consistently, so I would definitely watch out for that. But other than that, it's a very fun deck to use. It's great to use in pretty much every single meta, and I think the Evil Valk will actually help quite a bit with the Mega Knight. Obviously, we'll see. He's going to go for the drill there, and then the Tesla. I'm actually going to let the drill get a little bit of damage, then I'm just going to log and full counter that, and at least it's a good elixir trade for us. You know, obviously, like, we took a bit of damage, but that's okay, because I think we're going to be able to take advantage of this in the long run. So I'm going to go ahead and start my Little Prince in the back, because that is very important. We just want to get our Little Prince started in the back as much as possible so that we can get, you know, that 3-card cycle going and get to our Mortar as quick as we can. Let's go ahead and get the Evil Mortar here. I do have Tornado, so if he pops that Queen ability, then what we could always do is Tornado whatever he plays to defend away. Let's go ahead and play the Evil Valk just to defend against that Barbarian, and then we do have the Evil Valk going in there. We didn't get any damage, but that's okay. Let's get the Ice Spirit behind as well. Evil Valk should make quick work of those guards, and then I'm just going to cycle the skeletons here. Obviously they're not going to get any damage, but I want to cycle those and then get another Mortar down so that we can maybe get some damage. He's going to go for the Tesla. Ugh, that is so annoying. I hate Tesla so much. That's okay. That is okay though, as we stutter our words there. Let's go ahead and play the Little Prince in the back here, and then we'll just kind of wait and see what's going on. He's gonna go for the Evo Drill. Hopefully the Valkyrie does not sell us too hard and helps out with the Evo Drill a decent amount. We can go ahead and freeze it, and then let's get some skeletons down here as well. Evo Drill might get a bit of damage there just because of the way the Valkyrie was placed, but that's okay. I'm gonna get a second Valkyrie. We got double Valkyrie going in here. And then he's going to go for the mini P.E.K.K.A. We can just go ahead and play the Ice Spirit right here. Let's go ahead and get some skeletons down as well. And then actually I'm just going to log to defend all of this. And then let's go for the Evil Mortar on this side, because we forced him to use his Tesla on the other side. Let's go ahead and get an Evil Valk in front. Oh, we do get the lock on tower. And the E-Spirit doesn't get on it. That is perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and get the Little Prince down here as well. And then let's go ahead and get some skeletons in front. And that's going to be game right there. All it takes is one really lucky Mortar connection to get the win. So let's give him a good game. Let's give him a good luck. And let's go on into the last deck. Alright, you guys, so for our last matchup, I saved the best for last. We are going to be playing some Mortar Graveyard. Now, honestly, Mortar Graveyard is absolutely insane. I love this deck so much. This guy is going to get some Skeleton Barrel damage here because we don't have log in this deck right now. But we are also going to be running Cannon Cart in this deck. And another thing that I love about this deck as well, because, you know, Benny has tons of surprises for you guys, is you can swap out Phoenix from this deck and use Inferno Dragon if you want. If you're struggling against, you know, the P.E.K.K.A. or Mega Knight meta that is coming our way, then you can easily swap out the Phoenix for something like Inferno Dragon, and then on top of having the Cannon Cart, having that card in your deck will absolutely slam those decks. So definitely a very good deck to use, and honestly Mortar Graveyard is so much fun. And on top of that, I just thought of another thing. So like, it's just Pandora's box here, guys. You can really punish your opponent if they go for a heavy elixir card in the back. So if they start that Mega Knight in the back thinking that they're going to, you know, build this massive beatdown push against you, jokes on them, it's not going to work. So we are going to definitely deal with that. Now he's going to go ahead and play the Miner there, which is unfortunate. Let's play the Phoenix here to defend. Honestly, that could have been very close. We could have ran into a bit of trouble there, but we did get the Phoenix down in time so that the Inferno Dragon was not on the tower, and then we're just going to be ready for everything else that this guy is running. Now, we're not going to play anything to keep the Phoenix alive and try to revive it. I don't think that was really, it would really be worth it for us, just because any elixir that we spend there, we might get punished. And, you know, we definitely want to be careful. Now, the only thing in this matchup is this guy's Skeleton Barrel is going to be very annoying. So we do want to watch out for that. But one big thing that we can do with this deck is we can really punish those Mega Knights. If he goes for one in the back, then honestly, it might be worth going for you know, like a graveyard push on him. So we'll wait and see about that. He is going to get the Inferno Dragon on the Cannon Cart, but it does have to reset to take out the Cannon Cart when the shield goes down. We can go ahead and play the Phoenix here, and then we'll just kind of wait again. I'm just going to wait and see what he does. If he goes for a Mega Knight in the back, then we can very easily go for you know, a nice big push with our Graveyard. So we'll see about that. I'm going to poison on those Zappies just to get rid of them. He's going to go for another Skeleton Barrel. Let's go ahead and do this right here. He's going to go for the Mega Knight at the bridge, which I think was maybe a bit of a mistake for him to do. Let's go ahead and play the Phoenix here. If the bats get onto the Phoenix, then the Death Blast should take out the bats, which was good. We'll play the Skeletons just to be safe, and then the Cannon Cart will actually help out there as well. Let's go ahead and get the Evil Knight down here, just because we have the Phoenix behind. Now this push is a little bit more scary. If he goes for the Mega Knight on the Evil Knight, then he'll be in trouble. We got the Graveyard there. Let's go ahead and poison right here, just in case he plays anything else. You'll see there, guys, if you go for the Graveyards at the right time, you will get the win, but you have to make sure you're doing it at the right time. Honestly, that's kind of crazy that we took his whole tower in one push, but I'm not going to complain. I'm happy with that. Let's give him a good game. Let's give him a good luck. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm going to try to do a lot of uploads this week, so hopefully you guys enjoy, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one.